Hey, welcome back to my channel. I am Silver Ninja, and we are going over the game Ant Legion and its many different parts, features, and events. Now, I am doing Stump. I wasn't able to participate in the main part of Stump, and many of you will not have either. But you still want your points. So what do we do for that? Let's go and take a look. We go into the Stump, and so these are the points I've gathered so far, 36. It takes forever to get to 66 million. But it is worth it. 700 of each upgrade is a big push. But it can take a while. Sometimes states are really good at not having players sit on tiles. Like I had to move states already. But here's your source points. So you can occupy Stump. I wasn't able to do that. So here's your points. The higher the like from T7 to T8, really nice. Like you go up 10 points each. So you want to go after the highest you can that you cannot kill yourself on. And you will get a lot of butthurt mail at this point. So there is one guy trying to protect this, that is trying to protect. And he says you're also cowardly, but every time I go to attack him, he leaves. He thinks he's strong, but he is a level 30. He will have T10s. But, like, I'm looking at him here. So I'm telling him to stay put because if you compare his to mine, I'll take a lot of losses, but his T10s aren't really, I'm not scared. And I have heals. I have lots of heals. I'll be fine. And it'll be fun to see what happens. And if I have deaths, well then I'll get death points too. Which is, by the way, contest rank button. If you are on a tile and you do get hit in your own state, you have any fallen soldiers, you'll get points here. Kill rank points here. There's a few, not a lot, but you get some. So I've got ahead and scouted a bunch. And, ooh, T8s. All right, so let's go take out that. Mostly movers. I don't send much, just enough to kill, plus a little extra, so I have less deaths. I don't even need the boosters there. I just do it for the little bit less on the wounded side of things. And that's all it is. So how far you get is really going to depend on your patience level. I'm just sitting here and grinding. T6, that's enough for T6. If you ever want to, the ones that I avoid are obviously full T10 armies. I can't handle that yet. But, but the other ones, T1 points T1 army don't give you any points. So if you train up, say 200 T1 haste or range or whatever and send them on a tile, you're not very likely to get attacked because there's no point. There's no points in it. So I leave those guys alone because it doesn't do me any good. Now, if you are going to do this, you do need to watch out for bigger players that are actually a threat. And because I'm only sending 50k, 70k ants, so a full army will take me out, right? But the smart guys will actually, while I'm marching, if I'm not watching, they'll actually send a full troop. This state hasn't figured that out yet, but they'll send a full troop into there, so when my troops do hit, they hit a full army and I die. So if you're protecting your state, that's the best way to do it. All right, so let's go back to here and try to get some more points. I've been scouted, and of course the attack because I didn't have anything in there. So I want to go ahead and scout ahead so I can get... Ooh, that guy's going to give me a lot of points. Oh, he left. That was rude. All right, let's see. So you left. What about T8 movers? Okay, cool. I'll take that. Two strongest just to get a couple of those. Now he's scouting, so he might attack too, but my troops are already on the way, so. And this. Now this guy, he's a threat, right? So I gotta watch out for him. He can do a lot more damage. So So I don't sit on tiles very long because the whole point isn't to collect resources. This is not conquest. I'm just trying to get as many kill points as I can. So I just go in circles, and this is pretty much it. Let's see, show you one of my favorite reports, if I can find it. Let me pause this real quick. Oh, right out the gate, actually, here's one. They had 74,000 T9 haste soldiers, so that gave me a nice chunk of points. Alright, so here's where I started the day. And somewhere in here, so these are decent points. Anything in the tens of thousands is pretty good points. Let's see. Those. So like that, not quite strong enough to attack that. Let's see, so I didn't, of course. Let's see, and then we go. This one I wouldn't bother with. It's not worth the march time because I'm not going to really get any points out of that. So that's the best way to collect during Stump. But I had a really big one here I'm just trying to find. Well, here's one of them. So if you send 20k T10 troops, I attack those. That gave me a nice load of points right there. Let's see, I know it's in here. But you can see there's a lot of good points. There's a lot, T7s are pretty decent. All right. I was way at the bottom of the list. I've been doing a lot of attacking. So this is something that I went ahead and attacked. And it helped skyrocket my points way up in Stump. So I apologize if you're watching this video and you are these people. Yeah, you're going to be hurting in the morning. Yep, I did take... Was that the one? No, this guy escaped. He was next on my list, and I either fully collected or just got out just in time. But I was going for him too. But so yeah, so I got a lot of points. But you got to realize that doing that, you're gonna take a lot. You're gonna get a lot of wounded too. Now I only had 17k wounded, 20k wounded. Oh, I feel really bad for that. Should have had your healing pool was full. You got a lot of death points, though. Yeah, sorry about that, guy. T1s are the best to put out here because they're not worth my time. All right, well, I think that's about it. So, things to know about doing this on Stump is you just come through, you scout. You might have to switch states a couple times. You might have to wait a couple hours and come back and do it again. This is state 28, but state 29. After I took out those 3 or 4 players, people stopped collecting on tiles for obvious reasons. Make sure your healing pools are empty or just send T1s. All right, so we scouted all these ahead, and it's just a cycle of this. 12,000 T6 movers, that's some decent points. But all right, so if you're going to collect during Stump on the mud, send only T1s. They're cheaper to replace if they get killed, and there's no points for me to take them from you. It does take a long while. Even after those big hits and those T10s, I am only at 40k. So I saw probably another hour of this to go unless somebody else is nice enough to leave me a gigantic army that I can destroy. Or hopefully that guy who thought he was threatening me pops himself somewhere on the map. And you know what? I might set a trap for him too, actually. I think I'm going to collect on like one tile over here. See if he'll come, and then I'll wipe him. My healing pool's empty. I can take the wounded. We'll see if he can too, because you noticed after I said that, you're all so cowardly. Stay out long enough and I'll attack your nest directly. Point is the kill point, so I don't stay in the tiles at all. So I'm not the coward. He hasn't responded back, and he hasn't jumped back on that tile. He hasn't jumped close enough for me to attack, and I will do it. Because he doesn't know what's going on. But you will get a lot of hate mail doing this too. Because, you know, wounded suck. But I want the points. I want those upgrades. All right, well, I hope this was helpful for you. And I'm going to go ahead and scout all these because people haven't learned in this state yet. Oh, I suppose I should add, just like with Conquest, you go to Warring States, and then you hit View. I don't have anything collecting, so I can do that. Told you what to watch out for when people replace tiles. I've gotten hit on that a couple times. But you see this state is doing a really good job. The only one that jump out here are the ones that are not listening or send big armies because they think it'll help them. So this wouldn't be worth my time. There's only 3 or 4 tiles to hit. So, and sometimes there was one time I barely got any points in Stump because both states kept to themselves and kept off the mud. All right, well, let me know if you have any questions on how to get through this. I hope that was good enough for you. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep it fun. We'll see you on the next one.